Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Mr.BuyTheDip back here with another video. Let's talk about reality income, why I sold the stock, what I'm looking to do, talk to you guys about my strategy. I call this the recycle strategy, okay? And this is the strategy that will make you a lot of money, first of all. If you have a lot of money, you're going to make a lot of money. If you're working with $10, $15, $20, you're not going to make as much, right? But what you can do is, at a younger age, you can practice. You can do what I'm doing. It takes about 4 to 5 months with the strategy, so about two to three buys in a year, okay? And you're going to collect dividends, you're going to sell at a win, okay, sell at profit, and you're going to recycle back. So basically, I'm at a loss with Nvidia, S&P 500, AMD, GameStop. I own 4 of these stocks. All 4 are in losses right now, okay? I'm not too worried about Nvidia. That's my long-term stock. GameStop is one I have to average down in, and then AMD, let's just say I'm waiting for June or July, okay? S&P 500, I'm not selling this till 2030, so I'm not too worried about that as well. Now, let's talk about why I sold reality income, what I'm looking to do in the future. I had a recent YouTube comment talking about they were going to add money into reality income, and they were looking to just hold it for, long-term or mid-term to long-term. I don't like holding stocks for too long unless I'm really sure on the company. I like to recycle. I like to take profits and recycle. I will always have one stock that I'm super long on and one ETF, two or one ETFs that I'm really long on. Other than that, I like to take profits after a few months, I would say, because you never know what the stock is going to do. We do not know if Nvidia is even going to be profitable in 2027, right? But what I do know is, by the end of 2025, start of 2026, there's still going to be a lot of hype with Nvidia, okay? Now, I sold reality income. I was up 6% today, okay? I took profit strategically to secure my returns. I want to secure my returns, and I sold right here. I thought we were going to retest this level, but I sold about right before that, okay? This level was 57.58, but I thought I was going to get smacked right back down, which kind of ended up not happening. We went all the way up to 57.88, and I was wrong, which is fine. I mean, I was right about Walmart yesterday, so I was wrong today about reality income getting smacked down, okay? So, boom, right here is where I sell. I had $70 invested, came out with 75, okay? Now, let's talk about, I sold at a high price to plan to buy at a lower share price. My average cost per share was $54. My position was in reality income was $54. I got a decent return. Now I'm looking to enter back in at 52.90, and I'm always taking notes of my investments. You always want to make sure you take notes of your investments. I got notes all the way back from my first ever investment in Nvidia, which was $15. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, when I'm taking notes on Nvidia and when I'm taking notes on these investments, okay, I'm looking at what I want to do strategically. I'm going to re-enter $75. Everything what I made with reality income, re-enter at 52.90. I'm not buying at levels, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not doing it. I've watched this stock for 4 months. It's more of a safer stock, right? I'm just going to put $75 at 52.90 in reality income, okay? Now, take profit if you can, especially if you're losing a lot of money in different stocks. Okay, that's the only reason why I'm taking some profit and as much profit as I can. Same with Walmart, same with reality income. But I'm looking to recycle right back in, okay, when this drops to 52.90, which is going to happen. I mean, within a week, last week, we saw this at 52.90. So if you caught this last week at 52.89 and you sold it today, you would have made some decent money. I'm talking about 5 to 6% change on your money within 4 to 5 days. Okay, let's say you have $1,000 here, you sell right here, get your profits and get out. Okay, you're not gonna get dividends now, right? Because you need to hold a stock for a certain amount of time in order to earn dividends. But let me show you guys what I did with reality income. I made money 2 ways with them. I collected their dividends, okay? I'm collecting their dividends each month. Look at this. Earned dividends January 15th. Earned dividends February 14th, 22 cents, okay? Earned dividend again yesterday, 23 cents, and I reinvested the dividends yesterday, okay? Because I knew I was going to sell today, and they always have a push up when they pay out dividends. That's the reason why they're up today, right? They had a push up. People are reinvesting their dividends. So what happens to the stock when people are automatically reinvesting their dividends? The stock price goes up, okay? Now, my next entry level is going to be within a week probably, when the stock settles back down, people sell their shares, everybody is doing probably the same process I'm doing, okay? And this is going to come back down to 52.90, and I'm going to enter, okay? Now, this is the recycle strategy, kind of narrowed down for you guys, and I'm going to talk about what I do and what step am I at currently. So it's basically a strategy where I rotate in and out of a dividend paying stock. So I'm collecting money either quarterly or monthly on them, and then I'm going to sell when the stock is actually high. So you need to own the stock first, but then you need to collect those dividends, reinvest those, and when the stock goes up, sell the stock, get your dividends in your pocket, get the money you made in your pocket, okay? That way you're winning two ways possible, okay? Now, step one, buy a dividend-paying stock at precise research price. Hold for a few months while collecting dividends. So you don't want to just sit around and wait for the stock to go up. This is not what we do, okay? What I did was I just collected dividends on reality income, reinvested those, and what I did after that was I sold when the stock was at least up 7%. Today I sold at 6.84%. Perfect profit-taking zone, okay? If you're a day trader, swing trader, that is a zone you usually look for, but this is a safer investment. So within 3 months, if you're up 6.84%, 7%, take that money, right? Now, re-enter at a lower price to start the cycle. I'm currently at step number 4 and 5. I sold this today right here, okay? But while I sold this, I'm going to wait for this to come back down. So what are you doing while you're waiting for a stock price to come back down? I want you guys to look at what I'm going to do now, okay? I'm waiting for Walmart to come back down to $90.90 as well. Okay, that is a psychological zone where people love to see the 100 price zone at Walmart. They are going to love to see Walmart above $90, right? I know that zone is very, very tough, right? But we broke support yesterday and I sold. I was like, all right, I'm out. And what happens after that? We took a big leap down, big downturn from Wednesday 9:30 to 10 a.m., right? So look at this big drop down. We had a big drop down today. So compare this to yesterday to now, I would say I made a very smart move, I would say. I mean, if I wouldn't have sold right here, I would have just been holding right now, and my average cost was 89. So rather than holding for that long, I just took my money at 94.76. I took 89 and 90, basically 95, rather than me holding right now, praying that the stock will go back up. But it's going to take some time because we see this big gap down. Okay, now we're going to see another gap down, hopefully. So 90.90, and I'm going to take 90.90 to 95 point, at least 5.5. So I already have my target set while I'm waiting on reality income. Now, if reality income hits before Walmart, that's all right, okay? I'll take either one. But you need to keep price points on these stock and always make sure you're writing down the positions and writing down the profits you're making and making sure you're analyzing what the stock is doing. This move in Walmart, a lot of people who are not watching their stocks daily and not realizing zones, buying zones, or taking profit. If you're not simply taking profit, you wouldn't realize that Walmart was going to get smacked down after yesterday, right? But I was on TradingView. I was on my red and green candles. I saw that I saw some big red candles. I was like, okay, I need to be able to get out before this gets smacked down even further, because I don't mind taking profits at 95, making up for my loss, and getting right back in it at 90. Which 90, we're probably going to see $90 from Walmart by the end of this week. We're at 91.74, okay? Let's get if I get sub 91, guess what? $80 in Walmart. Let's wait for probably another push down. We're going to see a drop lower from 90, right? But I'm just going to hold it from 90, try to look to 90 to 95, get $5 change on the share, okay, and then go from there. Next, here are the benefits. I want to talk about the benefits. I want to talk about safe investing, locking in profits during this time of the market, okay? Locks in consistent controlled profits, enables dividend collection during holding periods. I want you guys to realize this bullet point is very important. You need to generate income while you're just holding a stock. Don't just wait for the stock to go up and your money is not really working for you. While I was waiting on reality income to go up, they were paying me dividends per month. That's why I don't see any other stock that I would go for dividend-wise rather than reality income. I will just take my profit, recycle, take my profit, recycle, take my profit, recycle, okay? And it reduces risk by not holding through high volatility, okay? Now, you could hold through high volatility if you're at a certain time frame for a company, right? But, I mean, I set out this play at the beginning of December, okay? And you see we're still up at 57.73 reality income, but I mean, I visioned this happening, and I was basically planning out what I was going to do back in December, and I did it, and now I'm waiting for a better price to enter in, hopefully May, or hopefully in a couple weeks, which is going to happen. Okay, they're going to get smacked down after, they're only up today because they paid dividends. People are reinvesting. People are probably taking profits, reinvesting, doing the same thing I'm doing, right? They're just recycling, and you do this a few times, you're going to make 300, 400 within 3-4 months. Easy. Okay, and if you just save up that 300, 400 within a year, you're $800, $900 sitting at home doing nothing, right? I mean, it comes with experience. It comes with a lot of planning. I mean, I realized I was losing money in 4 stocks, so I was like, okay, I need to lock in some profits, make up for previous losses. I did that yesterday with Walmart. Now I'm looking to just start making money, right? Let's just make money. Let's stay in the green zone, and let's be there for a while now. It's time to start making some moves. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. I hope you guys just like the strategy and like my planning and see where I'm going with this. Tariffs are still, you have tariffs going on. You have a lot of news, a lot of supply chain news, different industry sectors like AI getting or technology getting really, it's getting really 50-50. Like, should I invest? Should I not? Right? You need to start locking in profits. If you see you're up 6-7%, what are you doing? Right? You want more? Well, guess what? Next week, we're going to get smacked down at 2%, right? So take profits while you can. Don't be too greedy. This is exactly what I'm doing. I sold right here. I'm going to wait another 2 weeks, right? And I guarantee it, 52.9 is going to come. And then we'll wait another 3 or 4 weeks, collect dividends, another month or two. Guess what? I'm going to sell again, 57.8, 57.9, and we go from there, all right? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. I hope you liked my thinking and my strategy for reality income in Walmart, okay? There's a reason why I sold these stocks, and there's a reason why you should be selling certain plays as well. Thank